Good morning and welcome back to A Life Worth Living. I'm Frederick Groth and I believe God has a plan and purpose for everyone. I have a message of hope and truth to show you a life worth living. So this morning we're in Deuteronomy chapter 11, and at the bottom of my notes when reading this chapter I have this question: how can I continually live in the blessing? See, in this chapter we have Moses setting forth a blessing and a cursing, and that seems to be a basic principle of life, in that there are two sides to every coin. There are a blessing, there are a cursing, and it really behooves us to take the time to really consider things so that we will stay on the side of blessing rather than swerve into the lane of cursing. And I don't mean bad language by cursing, I mean a literal curse. The blessing is, that God will take care of you, that God will bless you, God will prosper you, God will ensure, that there's little to no sickness at your crops, and these are some of the blessings that God gave Israel. And on the other hand, the cursing is if you do not obey and you do not follow the things of God, then all of the diseases that were upon Egypt will happen to you. It's kind of heavy stuff. It's scary stuff. But the principle is there. The principle is there that we've got to be careful what we do, what we say, where we go, how we act, how we think. Because depending on what we do, say, think, hear, and all these things, we can bring ourselves into an area of blessing, or we can bring ourselves into an area of cursing. We can literally curse ourselves. We can literally shoot ourselves in the foot by how we think, what we do, what we say, where we go. Our actions can really destroy us. So we've got to be careful. So Moses tells the people, remember what God did for you. Remember where you came from. Remember Egypt. Remember what God did to Egypt. Remember how you came across the Red Sea. Remember the journeys in the wilderness. Remember all these things so that you will be reminded to follow the ways of God, because He has been miraculous to you. He's been great to you. He has, shown great mercy and done all kinds of stuff for you. So remember that so that you will follow the blessing. And I believe one of the problems that we have in success is that we forget where we come from. We forget where we used to be. We forget the problems. We forget the trials. We forget the zero bank accounts. We forget the stuff that happened previously. And when we forget, we start to act foolishly. We start to act like an idiot. Let me just be blunt. We lose our success because we literally step onto the side of the cursing, because we forget where we came from and we stop following the principles that brought us to success in the first place. So my admonition this morning is this: stay on the side of blessing. Remember where you came from. Remember how you got to where you are. Remember the steps. Remember the process, so that you keep doing it and you don't lose the blessing. God bless you. Have an amazing day, and go live a life worth living. You will be amazed at what happens.